With the Sanctum of Domination releasing in just a few days, in which we'll face off against Sylvanas Windrunner herself in a finale that is, quoting Blizzard, supposed to shape the fate of the Shadowlands as a whole. After having tested the entire raid on the PTR, as well as created animated boss guides, which you can find on the channel, here's my top 5 best abilities to have in your raid team for this upcoming raid. The Sanctum of Domination is filled with bosses that require quite a bit of movement, whether it's to survive a lot of dodging mechanics in quick succession, dancing around between anima rivers, or even a bit dramatic event such as saving your own fate. This means that emergency movement speed buffs such as a Shaman's Windrush Totem or a Druid's
Stampeding
Roar will be really good, as it will be useful on almost every single boss. Next up, we'll have the Demonic Gateway from Warlocks, with the reasoning similar to the previous point. However, the gateway has the added benefit of being able to transport you between 2 locations faster than any other movement speed increase. This makes it possible to deal with certain mechanics in a very quick and efficient way, as well as allowing immobile tanks to go up with certain debuffs which would have otherwise been problematic for them. With bosses with gigantic rooms such as the Nine, the Fate Scribe or even Sylvanas, it's never a bad time to have Warlocks in your team. Once you'll face off against the Remnant of Ner'zhul, you'll see that managing the dispels while some players will be trying to throw orbs off the platform might be a challenge. There is, however, a way to cheese this encounter a bit thanks to Demon Hunters. With their ability to Fel Rush while holding orbs, as well as being able to glide back into the platform in case of a bad dispel occurring, makes them remarkable in dealing with this mechanic, making the entire fight much easier to manage for the rest of the team. Number 2 on my list is going to be a Death Knight's Mass Grip. While a single Death Grip will also be useful, having access to an AoE grip is going to massively help your team to a point of making a few mechanics almost trivial, thanks to the Abomination Limb Necrolord ability or a Blood Death Knight's Gorfring Grasp. However, those as of late are not very popular. You'll be able to easily debuff and deal with the Soul Render adds. Stacking the seemingly endless spawn of adds during the Face Scrub encounter shouldn't be an issue, and massively help out your team in both the Kalthus ad and Sylvanas encounter. In the Sanctum of Domination, if I'd have to pick one theme that will be prevalent, that would be, you've guessed it, movement as a whole. There isn't just one good ability I could list as a number 1, but rather a specific set of skills which is shared by more than a few classes and specs. Being able to perform while dealing with movement-based mechanics which will occur on almost every single boss will surely impact your performance as a player and your chosen class. While some people might think that melee classes might suffer because of this, I wouldn't really say so, as melee specializations tend to fare better with DPSing on the run, as long as they actually are able to hit their targets on the move. You'll also see quite a bit of variance in different damage profiles, from burst AoE to pure single target or even execute burn phases, resulting in classes such as Warriors and Demon Hunters or even Windwalker Monks performing very well. When it comes to ranged DPS, you can expect balanced Druids and Shadow Priests to remain extremely powerful, and even if current numbers show Hunters not to be that strong, I believe they'll still do quite well in the Sanctum due to their ability to do damage on the move. And this isn't just a DPS thing, as for healers, Holy Paladins are, or at least were, the so-called best performing healer in Castle Nathria. But after receiving a few nerfs and having to deal with some lack of melee uptime in the upcoming encounters, that's when Resto Druids or even Kyrian Priests will surely have their time to shine. As usual, do not judge a class or spec's performance just from simulations made on a 5-minute target dummy, especially since class tuning is likely to happen after the raid releases, as this tier will provide many very cool encounters that have quite a bit of variance in terms of damage profiles. The way you'll be able to play your class and spec while thinking ahead about incoming mechanics is likely going to be the final deciding factor of how well you can actually perform in this new raid. If you want to join fellow gamers in discussing boss tactics, class optimizations and other min-maxings, feel free to join my Discord, as it's usually a pretty cool place to have discussions about anything related to World of Warcraft gameplay. You can also subscribe for more upcoming animated raid guides in 5 languages coming very soon on the channel. Goodbye.